Riley Foster sat in the witness box staring at Vincent Hayes, the man who murdered her sister. 6 months ago she watched him stab Natalie in the parking garage. Now she would testify. Now justice would be served. The prosecutor stood. "Miss Foster, please tell the jury what you saw on March 15th. Riley took a breath. "I saw Vincent Hayes stab my sister 7 times. I was hiding behind a car. He did not see me. I watched everything." The jury listened intently. Riley continued. "He wore a black jacket, red sneakers. I will never forget his face. After he stabbed her, he looked around. Then he ran. I called police immediately. They arrested him 3 days later." The defense attorney, a woman named Helena Price, watched Riley carefully. She took notes, smiled slightly. Riley felt uneasy. Something about that smile seemed wrong. Like Helena knew something Riley did not. But what could she know? Riley was there. Riley saw everything. The prosecutor finished. Riley felt good. Her testimony was strong, clear, detailed. Vincent Hayes would go to prison forever. Justice for Natalie. The prosecutor sat down. Now came cross-examination. Helena Price stood slowly. Her smile grew wider. "Miss Foster," she began. "Let us talk about what you really saw." Riley straightened. "I told you what I saw." Helena nodded. "Yes. You saw a man in a black jacket and red sneakers stab your sister." "Correct." Riley confirmed. "Correct." Helena walked to the evidence table. She held up a photo. "These red sneakers." Exhibit A. Riley nodded. "Yes. Those are the ones." Helena smiled. "Miss Foster, these sneakers were purchased by Vincent Hayes on March 20th. 5 days after the murder. The receipt is here. He bought them after your sister died. So how did you see him wearing them?" Riley froze. "That is impossible. I saw red sneakers." Helena continued. "Perhaps you saw someone else wearing red sneakers. Perhaps your memory is not as perfect as you believe." Riley shook her head. "No, I know what I saw." But doubt crept in. The red sneakers. How could she remember something that had not existed yet? What else was wrong? The judge called for a recess. Riley stumbled out of the courtroom. The prosecutor followed. "What just happened?" Riley whispered. "The red sneakers. I was so sure." The prosecutor looked worried. "We need to figure this out. If your memory is wrong about one thing, the jury will doubt everything. We might lose this case." Court resumed. Helena Price looked at Riley. "Let us discuss the black jacket. You said Vincent wore a black jacket." Riley nodded carefully. "Yes." Helena held up another photo. Exhibit B. Vincent Hayes owns no black jacket. Only blue and gray. Never owned black. Care to explain? Riley felt sick. "I saw a black jacket. I know I did." Helena walked closer. "Or perhaps you saw what you expected to see. Criminals wear black in movies. Your mind filled in details that were not there." Riley stammered. "No. That is not what happened." But she was no longer sure. Helena continued. "The parking garage was dark. You were traumatized. You had just seen your sister attacked. Is it possible your brain created details to make sense of the chaos? Is it possible you saw someone else? Someone wearing red sneakers and black jacket? Someone who is not my client?" Riley looked at Vincent Hayes. He sat calmly, almost sympathetically, like he felt sorry for her confusion. And suddenly Riley realized something terrible. What if Helena was right? What if she had been wrong this whole time? What if Vincent Hayes was innocent? What if the real killer was still free? The judge asked. Miss Foster, do you need a moment? Riley shook her head. No, I need to tell the truth. She looked at the jury. I thought I was certain. But now I realize my memory might be wrong. I might have identified the wrong person. I am so sorry. The courtroom erupted. The prosecutor objected. The judge called for order. Helena Price smiled victoriously. The jury looked confused. And Vincent Hayes, the accused murderer, sat perfectly still. Watching Riley. Waiting. Because this was exactly what he wanted. This was his plan all along. But Riley did not know that yet. That evening Riley went home devastated. She had destroyed the case against Vincent. He would walk free. And Natalie would have no justice. Riley pulled out the police report. She read it again, trying to understand where her memory had failed. Then she saw something. A detail she had forgotten. A crucial detail. The report mentioned a witness who called police anonymously. Someone who gave a description before Riley even spoke to authorities. That anonymous witness described red sneakers and black jacket. The same details Riley remembered. But that witness called before Vincent bought the sneakers. Someone had planted false memories in Riley. But who? And why? Riley called the detective. We need to find that anonymous witness. The detective sighed. We tried. The call came from a burner phone. No trace. But Riley had an idea. She knew someone who had access to everything. Someone who could have orchestrated this entire thing. Someone she trusted completely. Her therapist. Dr. Ethan Cole. 6 months ago, right after Natalie died, Riley started seeing Dr. Cole for trauma. He helped her process the attack. Helped her remember details. Used hypnosis to recover blocked memories. But what if he had not recovered memories? What if he had planted them? What if he made her remember things that never happened? Riley searched online for Dr. Ethan Cole. His credentials looked perfect. But she dug deeper. Found old news articles. 10 years ago, Ethan Cole lost his medical license in another state. Accused of unethical treatment. Manipulating patient memories. He moved here and started fresh. New name. New license. New victims. Riley called the detective again. Dr. Ethan Cole, my therapist. He planted false memories to frame Vincent Hayes. The detective was skeptical. Why would he do that? Riley did not know yet. But she would find out. She made an emergency appointment. Tomorrow morning. She would confront him. Get the truth. Or die trying. The next morning Riley entered Dr. Cole's office. He smiled warmly. Riley, good to see you. How are you feeling after yesterday's testimony? Riley sat down. I know what you did. I know you planted false memories. I know you framed Vincent Hayes. Now tell me why or I call police. Dr. Cole closed the door. Locked it? His warm demeanor vanished. You are smarter than I thought. Yes. I planted memories. Yes. I framed Vincent. But not for the reason you think. Vincent Hayes did not kill your sister. I did. And you were going to figure it out. So I made you remember him instead of me. Riley backed toward the door. You killed Natalie. Why? Ethan smiled. She discovered I was manipulating patients for profit. Creating false memories to extend therapy. Billing insurance for years. She was going to report me. I could not let that happen. So I killed her. And framed the first person I could find. Vincent Hayes. Riley grabbed her phone. Ethan lunged. They fought. Riley was younger, Faster. She kicked him hard. Ran to the door. Fumbled with the lock. Ethan grabbed her hair. Pulled her back. Riley screamed. Bit his hand. He released her. She unlocked the door. Burst into the waiting room. 3 patients stared. Riley shouted. Call police. He confessed. Police arrived within minutes. Ethan tried to run. They tackled him. Riley gave her statement. Everything. The planted memories. The anonymous call. The murder confession. Ethan was arrested. But Riley realized something horrible. Vincent Hayes had been released yesterday after her testimony. An innocent man freed. But now everyone thought he was guilty anyway. His life was ruined. The prosecutor called Riley. We have a problem. Even though Ethan confessed, Vincent Hayes' reputation is destroyed. The media covered your testimony. Everyone thinks he is a killer who got away. His life is over. Riley felt sick. I destroyed an innocent man. The prosecutor was quiet. Yes. You did. Even truth cannot fix what you broke. Riley tried to visit Vincent Hayes. To apologize. His apartment was empty. He had moved. No forwarding address. She called his phone. Disconnected. He had vanished. She had destroyed him so completely he had to disappear. And the worst part, she had done it while trying to help. Good intentions. Terrible consequences. Ethan Cole went to trial. Riley testified again. This time truthfully. She explained how he manipulated her memories. How he made her believe Vincent was guilty. How he used hypnosis to plant false details. The jury convicted Ethan quickly. Life in prison. Justice for Natalie. But at what cost? Vincent Hayes' life was still destroyed. After the trial, a lawyer contacted Riley. I represent Vincent Hayes. He is suing you for defamation. Your false testimony destroyed his career, his relationships, his mental health. He wants compensation. Riley understood. She deserved it. She had ruined him. Even if she had been manipulated, the damage was real. She would pay whatever it took. The lawsuit went to mediation. Riley expected to see Vincent angry, bitter, destroyed. Instead he looked calm. Almost peaceful. He spoke first. I forgive you. You were a victim too. Ethan manipulated you. I do not want your money. I want you to help me rebuild my reputation. Tell everyone what really happened. Riley was shocked. You forgive me? After everything I did to you? Vincent nodded. Anger does not fix anything. You made a mistake. A terrible mistake. But you were manipulated. Ethan is the villain. Not you. Not me. We are both his victims. So let us help each other heal. Let us both survive this. Riley and Vincent held a press conference together. They told the truth. Explained Ethan manipulation. Cleared Vincent's name publicly. The media coverage was massive. Vincent Hayes, innocent man wrongly accused. Riley Foster, manipulated witness who discovered truth. Together they became advocates for victims of false memory manipulation. Turning tragedy into purpose. Healing through helping others. 6 months later Riley visited Natalie grave. She had something to tell her sister. I got him. The man who killed you. Ethan Cole is in prison forever. I am sorry it took so long. I am sorry I almost let him get away. But justice came eventually. And I learned something. Memory is not truth. Truth requires evidence. Riley started a foundation. The Natalie Foster Foundation for Memory Truth. They help victims of false memory manipulation. educated juries about memory reliability, trained lawyers to recognize planted memories. And they worked to prevent what happened to Riley and Vincent from happening to anyone else. Tragedy transformed into purpose. Pain transformed into healing. Loss transformed into legacy. Vincent rebuilt his life slowly. New job. New apartment. New relationships. People knew his story now. Knew he was innocent. He even started dating again. But some scars never fully heal. Some trust never fully returns. He survived, but he was forever changed. Riley understood. They both were. But 1 year after the trial, Riley received a letter. No return address. Inside was a single sentence. Ethan did not work alone. Riley felt cold. What did that mean? She called the detective. They investigated. Checked Ethan's phone records from before his arrest. Found something shocking. Ethan had been calling someone regularly. A burner phone. The same burner that made the anonymous witness call. Someone had helped Ethan frame Vincent. Someone had planted the original false description. Someone was still out there. And that someone knew Riley was getting too close. The letter was a warning. Or a threat. The detective tracked the burner phone. It had been purchased at a store near the courthouse. They checked security footage. And there, buying the phone 1 week before Natalie murder, was someone Riley knew. Someone she trusted. Someone who had been there through everything. The prosecutor. The woman who had tried Ethan's case. She was his accomplice. Riley confronted the prosecutor. Why? Why help Ethan kill my sister? The prosecutor laughed. I did not help him kill her. I helped him cover it up. For money. Ethan paid me $500,000 to make sure Vincent got convicted. When that failed, I helped frame Ethan instead. Double payment. But the prosecutor had no idea Riley was recording everything. The phone in her pocket captured every word. Every confession. Every crime. Riley smiled. You just confessed to conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and accessory to murder. And I have it all on tape. The prosecutor's face went pale. You are under arrest. Police burst through the door. The prosecutor was convicted. Life in prison alongside Ethan. Riley had finally gotten complete justice. Not just for Natalie. But for Vincent. For herself. For everyone Ethan and his accomplice had hurt. The system had failed. But Riley had not. She had fought through manipulation, doubt, and betrayal. And she had won. Riley and Vincent stood outside the courthouse. It is finally over, Vincent said. Riley nodded. All of it? Every lie. Every manipulation. Every corrupt person. All of them are in prison. Vincent smiled. You did that. You could have given up. You could have accepted the first answer. But you kept digging. You saved us both. They went their separate ways. Riley continued her foundation. Vincent wrote a book about his experience. They stayed friends. Both forever changed by what they survived. Both stronger for it. The witness had become the detective. The victim had become the survivor. And justice, delayed and complicated as it was, had finally been served. And somewhere in a prison cell, Ethan Cole and his corrupt accomplice sat knowing they had lost everything. Their plan had failed. Their victims had won. Memory might be unreliable. But truth, pursued with courage and determination, always finds a way. This was the witness. And justice, finally, was served.